Othniel and his son remembering the great hero Caleb. Othniel was a nephew of Caleb and son-in-law to Caleb. Othniel was the first judge of Israel. He held his office for 40 years.
Judges 3:9. And when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord raised up the deliverer to the children of Israel, who delivered them, even Othniel.
Othniel was a prominent warrior in Israel under Joshua and Caleb and selected by God to be the first judge of Israel. Nothing negative is written about Othniel.
Judges 3:10. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon Othniel, and he judged Israel and went out to war, and the land had rest 40 years.
Caleb, man of God, faithful servant of Captain Jesus. Joshua 5 verses 13 through 15.
Caleb talking to Moses. Caleb was anxious to enter the promised land and conquer the giants. He had tremendous faith and confidence in mighty Jesus. Deuteronomy 1:36.
Caleb had to wait 40 years before he was empowered by God to go into Canaan and conquer the satanic giants. God was honored by the valiant fighting of his warrior.
God gives Caleb victory.
Caleb was given the heart of the warrior, fearless in battle.
Caleb wholly followed the Lord.
My servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and hath followed me fully, him will I bring into the land whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Numbers 14:24.
God gave the old man Caleb miracle strength because Caleb loved and obeyed God. Caleb had faith that he could defeat the giants. Caleb did defeat the giants with God's help.
Because Caleb wholly followed the Lord. Victory in Hebron. He defeated the giants and took possession of the enemy territory.
Joshua 14. Caleb is victorious over the giants.
Caleb was 85 years old, at least 25 years older than any other man in Israel. Yet he and his family alone, of all the tribes who entered the land, were able to complete God's command to drive out all the pagan inhabitants from his inheritance. Even though these were the same fierce giants who had so terrified the 10 spies 45 years earlier. Joshua 14, verses 12 through 15. Henry Morris.
The old man Caleb was still strong enough to defeat the giants. Caleb had a strong faith in God.
6 times in the Bible we are told that Caleb wholly followed the Lord. Of no one else in the Bible is this testimony repeated so frequently.
Now here I am, 85 years old. I am still as strong today as I was the day Moses sent me out. And I am just as ready to fight now as I was then. So give me the mountain country. The Lord promised me that day long ago. Back then you heard that the Anakim people lived there and the cities were large and well protected. But now with the Lord helping me, I will force them out, just as the Lord said.
Caleb possessed Hebron because he had faith and obeyed the Lord, the God of Israel. And in the past, it was called Kiriath Arba, named for Arba, the greatest man among the giants.
Othniel was a prominent warrior in Israel under Joshua and Caleb and selected by God to be the first judge of Israel. Nothing negative is written about Othniel.
Caleb's daughter and Othniel were married. Caleb offered his daughter to the warrior who could conquer the fortified city of Debir. Caleb's daughter was quite a prize.
Double victory at Debir.